Hello everyone, it's the Bitcoin SV Bulldozer. So this one's going to be called Trump 2.0 is Idiocracy. So I maintain that what we're entering now is actually worse in terms of clown world than what was under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Okay, this is actually worse. I would say it's far worse. Okay, and I'm not in any way a Joe Biden supporter. It's all theatre. It's all a charade. They distract you while the technocratic agenda rolls on. So the reason why it's basically just a one-party government is because while they're distracting you with all of this nonsense about Doge and whatever it is, and cryptocurrencies, oh my God, they're distracting you while they're rolling out the technocratic agenda. So the first thing is that I reckon that a lot of my followers on YouTube won't watch this video because they are actually Trump supporters. There's a cognitive dissonance. They don't want to hear what's actually right in front of their eyes. So I'm going to mention two things. The first is Trump's blatant support for Israel. Okay? That in and of itself should be enough for you to dismiss him. But, he's got his honorary vice president, Elon Musk, in the wings, unrolling the technocratic agenda. Remember, Elon Musk is a literal technocrat. His grandfather was the head of the Technocratic Party of Canada. Okay. So different stripes, same agenda. Okay. So on the topic of, I'll talk about Doge. Okay. So actually, there was a press conference in the Oval Office with Donald Trump sitting at his desk, looking important, looking presidential, and Elon Musk in the background to the left with his child. Now, I'm going to dissect this for you because it's not about what they're saying. It's about the image. It's about the narrative that they're pushing forward, right? Forget what they're saying. What's the angle here? Where are they furthering the technocratic agenda? How are they doing it? So it's a theatre, it's a stage, and Donald Trump is sitting at the desk, presidential, and then in the background is the whiz kid. He's a fully grown adult, but doesn't matter. The picture that they're painting is that you've got the whiz kid in the background, Elon Musk, the genius, maybe even the brains behind the government, Donald Trump will carry out the orders. He will sign off on things. He will negotiate with important leaders, Netanyahu. But the brains behind it is this whiz kid in teenage clothes, right? Now, this is a direct play for the heartstrings of young people, millennials in particular, Elon Musk is modelled off Iron Man. He's actually literally modelled off Iron Man. The crazy genius that's a little bit weird and goofy, got if not autism, he's on the spectrum. But he's the brilliant, flawed genius who will do Heil Hitler salutes at the inauguration. Now that was deliberate, by the way. It's about pulling the heartstrings of people in relation to the Jews. That's what that was all about. And then people will write that off as, mostly will write it off as Elon Musk is just foolish. He didn't know what he was doing. He's ignorant. It wasn't a salute to the Nazis. It was a play to get people infuriated, to sympathise with the Jewish plight. anti-Semitism. And that plays into the way Donald Trump is signing off on all these agreements with Israel. My God, that press conference of Donald Trump and Netanyahu, you want to flatten Palestine and you want to take over. I can't remember his exact words, but when I first heard that, by the way, I was just listening to the press conference. Actually, I was listening to somebody paraphrase what had happened in that press conference. And when they were talking about it, I actually really thought that was satire. But no, they're actually deliberately seeding this narrative to the population. They want people to either kind of go against their instincts and side with Israel, or just get people like, hang on a second, isn't Trump the good guy? So they want this confusion. There's so much happening at the moment in the world, and this is by design. There's a play that they use on the population where it's just throwing every single news event and every single idea and basically getting people confused. So the best thing to do is especially get off Twitter. Twitter is just baloney. It's the equivalent of CNN to me. You spending time on Twitter, you're actually losing intelligence. I swear, you're losing intelligence, and I've got a video about that coming. So it's all theatre, and everything is by design. So there's Donald Trump in his Oval Office with Elon Musk in the background, dressed as a teenager with his son. So the idea is, I'm really presidential, that's Donald Trump, I call the shots, I make the decisions, I speak to the important people, and then in the background is the whiz-kid genius, Elon Musk, who is overseeing Doge, which is actually a kind of call towards Dogecoin. So, I'm a hip guy who calls this government department after a cryptocurrency that I like, that I support, supposedly. So he is the teenage whiz kid, and then he's with his son. What that does is it instills a sense of family with Donald Trump, his bro, Elon Musk, and his family. Now, Donald Trump might as well be part of the family. He's actually, he's got a raise now. He wasn't just his bro in that press conference, he was his family. Okay, so there's three things going on. Presidential, Donald Trump, whiz kid, Elon Musk. I mean, when did people wear civilian clothes in the Oval Office? When did that become a thing? Because they're hip, they're cool, and so this is what they want people to think, that they're cool, they're rad, they're open to just the family being in the office, and Elon Musk showing his supposedly true colours. It's all nonsense, right? So that's the scene. Now, I've just spent 5 minutes basically unpacking this scene. The other thing to think about is this Department of Government efficiency, right? It's not what people think. So what they're trying to do with this is instill the idea that the government is weeding out corruption within its ranks, okay? So we've got this thing of government efficiency, and this whiz kid is rooting out all the corruption, right? Effectively what he's doing with that is he's not really doing it, but according to what people probably think, he's actually conducting an audit on the government. And he's conducting audits on various departments. Now, if they were to do a proper audit of the Fed Reserve, which is the big one, that might count for something, but they're never going to do it. And even if there was the pretense of doing it, it wouldn't be the real thing. You'd have to look at the details. It's all a scam, guys. It's idiocracy. And they're throwing every aspect of idiocy at the population to make them dumb. And if you watch Twitter, you're losing brain cells, guys. So Elon Musk is rooting out corruption via audits of the government. But what he's actually trying to do is get people to think of the idea of auditing government as cool. You know, we're rooting out corruption. And then what I think might happen, not sure, but what they're saying is that in a roundabout way, it's cool to be audited. Okay, so we've done this effectively with government. How about we do it on the population? Maybe using blockchain like BSV. Guys, BSV is everything that the technocrats want in terms of a blockchain. The reason why they want to destroy it is because it's not their baby. That's the only reason, right? If it was their own creation, and I suspect that they don't have the capability of creating it, but if it was their own creation, it would have been already the de facto currency, but it wouldn't be a good thing. So auditing the population instead of auditing the government, the stepping stones towards that is technocracy. It's about tracking, tracing and monitoring, okay? So they've also created this, I think it's a department called ChatGPT Gov, right? So that is decisions or interfacing with government via AI. Now AI, I've got a video about this. AI is not what people think. AI is not intelligent. It's a psyop to get people reliant on it. And then what they do eventually is take away features. I'll delve more into it, but effectively it'll become worse and worse. You won't be able to find the information that you want to do. AI is an algorithm. It's not intelligent. It's a highly sophisticated algorithm. What they did with Google search is they launched this thing in the late 1990s, I think it was, and it was brilliant. You could actually find stuff. It was amazing. So they seed something to the population that is really good, and then over time they muck with the algorithm to the point where you can't find anything. And then they roll out version 2 of search, which is in quote marks AI, and people get reliant on that because it's amazing. You can find anything you want. You can, ask AI about life, death, and the universe. And then over time what they do is they make it more and more stupid, more and more ridiculous. You can't find things, but you rely on it now because they're going to get rid of the old search. So this is going to be covered in one of my other videos, the whole AI psyop. So I think I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to say here. First is Donald Trump and his connections with Israel, his love of Israel, and wanting to flatten Palestine, get real. And then DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, which is really technocracy dressed in sheep's clothing. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you liked what I just said, the rant that I just went on, my hand cash address is $BSV Bulldozer, and it would be nice to get some recognition. I am actually quite sick at the moment. I've got this thing, I think it's barley belly, and I just can't eat anything. I'm, puking and diarrhea. Fun stuff. But in amongst that, I still managed to produce a video. So catch you all later. Bye for now.